Have you ever wondered if there's more to the Pokémon world than what we see on the surface? We've battled, caught, and trained these creatures for years, yet some of their most fascinating origins remain hidden in the shadows. Today, we're peeling back the layers on 4 of the most intriguing Pokémon in existence to uncover the stories the Pokédex barely touches upon. The most compelling theory regarding Ditto suggests that it isn't just a random amorphous blob, it's a failed scientific experiment. In the original Pokémon Red and Blue games, the lab on Cinnabar Island was the site of the legendary Mewtwo project. Fans have long pointed out that Ditto and Mew share the exact same color palette, weight, and the unique ability to learn every move via the transform mechanic. The theory posits that Ditto is a failed clone of Mew. When scientists attempted to synthesize Mew's genetic material, they produced a biologically unstable goo that couldn't hold a stable form. It explains why Ditto is primarily found in the Pokémon Mansion where the Mewtwo experiments took place. Every time you send out a Ditto, you might be looking at the discarded, unfinished predecessor to the world's most powerful psychic Pokémon. Next, consider the heavy lore buried in the story of Cubone. Its Pokédex entry explicitly states that the skull it wears as a helmet belongs to its deceased mother. When a Marowak dies, the baby Cubone takes the skull to wear as a protective mask. But the mystery goes deeper. Notice how Cubone is always crying? It's said that when it mourns, the skull vibrates, creating a haunting, mournful sound. This turns every encounter with a Cubone from a simple random battle into a glimpse at a creature struggling with the cycle of life and loss. It's a somber, grounded piece of storytelling that reminds us that even in the vibrant world of Pokémon, some of these creatures are carrying an immense emotional burden from the moment they are born. Then there is the spectral puzzle of Gengar. A long-standing theory suggests that Gengar isn't just a random ghost, it's the shadow of Clefable. If you compare their silhouettes, they are nearly identical in shape, from the ears to the spiky backs. In the early days of the franchise, there were no dark types to counteract ghost types. Many fans believe Gengar represents the shadow of the normal type Clefable. This would make Gengar the physical manifestation of what happens when a normal Pokémon is drained of its energy. It gives Gengar a much more ominous vibe. It suggests that ghosts in this universe aren't just independent spirits, but dark reflections of the living creatures we already know. It paints Gengar not as a monster, but as a biological byproduct. Finally, observe the biological symbiosis of Slowpoke and Shellder. When a Shellder bites onto a Slowpoke's tail, it triggers a chemical reaction that forces the Slowpoke to evolve into a Slowbro. Here is the wild part. If the Shellder falls off, the Slowbro actually de-evolves back into a Slowpoke. They are literally 2 separate species fused together for survival. The Shellder gets a host to protect it, and the Slowpoke, well, it gets a friend, even if it is far too slow to realize it's being bitten. It's one of the few instances in the series where evolution is a forced, collaborative effort between 2 entirely different Pokémon, creating a permanent, merged life form. These 4 Pokémon represent the hidden depth that keeps us coming back to this franchise. From scientific failures to dark reflections and symbiotic bonds, there is always more to the story than what the Pokédex tells us at first glance. Which of these mysteries surprises you the most? Share your favorite Pokémon theories in the comments, and keep on exploring the unknown.